Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here at the Getty Center in Los Angeles. This is a big museum. Has a lot of different kinds of art, some modern art and Renaissance art. Sangwoo and I really wanted to come here, mostly Sangwoo. And so we're having a good time here. You're going to see some footage, some clips of some of the art that we saw here. But as we were coming here, I was thinking about the topic for today, and I thought about the topic of why does God seemingly give more talents to some people? And maybe you have felt inadequate before. You felt like you don't have any talents, or you only have a single talent, and there's people who have so many talents. Maybe you've thought these questions before, and that has caused you to feel envious or jealous, or just feel bad about yourself. And so I hope today's episode will help you, okay? And so I want to read a parable for you. It comes from Matthew 25, verses 14 through 29. And it says this: "For it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, 'Master, you have delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have made 5 talents more.' His master said to him, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little, I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master.' And he also who had the 2 talents came forward, saying, 'Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here, I have made 2 talents more.' His master said to him, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. I will set you over much, because you have been faithful over a little. Enter into the joy of your master.' He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, 'Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed, so I was afraid. And I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here you have what is yours.' But his master answered him, 'You wicked and slothful servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away.'" And so we see a couple things from this parable. Firstly, I want to say this parable is technically about money. It's not technically, it is about money. And that is kind of the point. The money of the master, he's lending out the money to his servants. And so he gives one of them 5, and he doubles it to 10. He gives one 2, he doubles it to 4. And the person who had 1 went and hid that talent, that money. And so we are talking about money. And so I do want to make sure that we know that this parable really is about stewardship. That's kind of the big topic here, stewarding what the master has given. And we like to use this parable, though, to actually talk about our talents, right? And I think that's okay overall, because while it is talking about money in the parable, I think there's that parallel of stewarding what you were given. And so we see from this parable, the person who had 5, he doubled it to 10, right? And then even the 1 talent, the person who was slothful and lazy with the 1 talent they were given, that talent ends up with the person who already has 10. So he already has a lot of talents, and he gets more. And then the end of the parable, the whole point really is that the person who has been given a lot, they're going to be given even more. It says, "For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." And so the point here, I would say, overall, is about stewardship. When God gives you something, to steward it well, to even multiply it however possible, if that makes sense with whatever situation we're talking about. how does this apply to our talents? I would say this. So I would say when God gives people talent, it is totally up to God however much talent he wants to give. It's God's choice, right? If he wants to give someone 25 talents, right? Like, so they can play the violin, they can, go skydiving, they can snowboard, they're really good at math, right? If he wants to give them 25 talents, that's totally up to God, right? And then when he gives the one talent, let's say it's someone like me, maybe I'm given just one talent. I'm just a good pastor, like overall. I'm not necessarily a great preacher. I'm not necessarily a great administrator, any of those things, but just overall, I'm just a good pastor. That's just my one thing that I can do. I would say there is no unfairness there. The person who has 25 or the person who has only one. The goal is with whatever you're given, you want to take that and steward it. You want to do well with it. You want to multiply it however possible. And so for someone with the one talent, I would say, even if you only have one talent, realistically speaking, I don't think anybody really has only one talent. But let's just say you do. You take the one talent, you use it to the glory of God. Galatians 2:20 says, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. In the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. I share this because at this stage in my life, I don't care to have more talents. Not really, anyway. Sometimes, yes, I might be a little envious. Like, I wish I was more athletic. I wish sometimes, I could just be like a genius, right? But then when I really actually think about it, I don't really actually care, because I've already been saved by Christ. Jesus has already done everything for me, right? In terms of saving me, forgiving my sins, giving me a new life. And that's far more important to me than how many talents I have. And I pray that that would be for you too. That our talents are something that are a great gift, but it's just really a bonus, right? The true thing, the true gift that we've already been given is salvation and relationship with God. And beyond that, anything else is really just a bonus. And I pray that you would see it that way. I pray that that would help you not to be envious or jealous or to just want more and more and more. Because in all likelihood, you already have some wonderful talents that you can steward today. And so take whatever you have. It might just be you're really good at organizing things. Maybe you're not even really good at anything. Like, you don't have to be excellent at everything. I would just say whatever you can do, keep getting better at it if possible. And if not possible, be content, be peaceful, be joyful with what you have. And so I hope that's helpful. If you liked the episode, please comment. I appreciated all the comments from last week. That helps me to know so far to keep doing these videos. And so, yeah, if you liked it, please comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But that's it. God bless you. Love you. Peace.